Hello, hello. Lovely, right, you can hear my voice. Welcome to this installment of Cgprl. We're on round 2, we are past the halfway mark officially. Round number 5 takes us to beautiful Monza in the beautiful V12 engine of the F2004. Right on board with Felipe, it makes a late call to go into the pits there. But yeah, our driver's tasked with the F2004 around Monza. Legendary car, legendary track. All in Ferraris on the home turf of the Tifosi. It can't get much better. The sound you can hear on board, I'm just going to let you hear this for just a moment as Yannick, the current pole sitter, travels through the first sector. I know, we all love it, we all want it back. But yeah, Yannick is currently on pole at the provisional pole, I should say. We have the return of Felipe, who has dived into the pits, as you saw, who's up in P2, so a good return for him so far. Moraine, I've been told that I pronounced that wrong, but Moraine, I think Moraine is correct, I'm not sure, but Moraine, we'll go with Moraine. In P3, starting his lap right now. We got Lucas up in P4, that's an impressive qualifying position. There's Amar, again impressive qualifying position, up in P5. You guys only P6, I think he'll be expecting a little bit more from today, so hopefully he can get a good lap in right at the end. Karen, P7, it's all very, he retires, so the P7's the best he'll be doing. Mike, down in P8, he won't be doing better than that. Yano is serving a qualifying ban because he's too good. We decided between the admins, oh, let's spice it up. Oh, that's Moraine. Moraine's off. Third's the best he's going to be doing. Lucas into the pits. Fourth the best as he is going to be doing. Amar's out on his outlap, so he'll be well pushed to get to the finish line. But right, so who do we have on a lap? We have Yannick on a lap, as you can see going through the first sector now. Felipe on a lap, not too far behind him actually. Yeah, so there's Moraine. Moraine, sorry, off and into the gravel trap, so that's his day over. Bit of a knackered front wing there at the front. Here's Amar, just starting his lap. He did get around to start his lap, so he's got 6 tenths to the pole. Be interesting to see if he can challenge. He has had a pole position in GPRL season 4 in Monza, in China, sorry. So I wouldn't write him off for a good position here. Ugaitz has also looked strong through the opening part of this season, and he's 0.15 seconds up. Maybe Ugaitz can get in the mix, so it's all looking very interesting at the front. Talking about at the front, here's Yannick looking for, I want to say, his first pole position of the Cgprl season. Felipe can't improve on P2. Yannick improves by just over a tenth of a second, so great job there to Yannick. We now watch on board with you guys. The car slamming off to the left there, going across the track. I'm not sure, that would have been Yano serving his voluntary qualifying ban to spice it up a bit for him because he's won 4 of the last 4 races. But here comes you guys through Parabolica. Gonna try keep it within track limits. He does that perfectly. Now it's a run to the line. What can you guys do? P2! Incredible effort there from you guys up in P2. Now we look back to Amar, who himself, the Spaniard, going through the Parabolica. Will he be able to improve on P6, or will it be P6 only? He hits the wall, so I think that's Amar saying, no, I can't improve. And yeah, P6 it is for... Do you want to turn? Thank you, Fern. Yeah, P6 for Amar, and yeah, good effort from Amar, and notably Yannick getting on pole, but also you guys up in P2. Yeah, in P2, yeah. So I think he'll be very happy with that. Here's the final results. Yannick just over 2.5 tenths quicker than the next guy down to you guys. Then it's Felipe, a successful return. If I just grab me charger, bear with. Yeah, Felipe, successful return ahead of GPRL season 4 champion Moraine. Up in P4, then it's Lucas, P5. Amar couldn't improve on his lap in P6. And yeah, Karen, P7, Mike, P8, and Yana with his qualifying ban, as we mentioned. So, we are waiting. We're partly expecting Orion. He's... yeah, just checking the audio. People on round 4 are, it does say round 4. I'll change that, don't you worry. So ignore the title, it is round 5. I will sort that out. Sorry guys. But Thank you to Yana for pointing that out. That will be done soon. One thing to notice, Steve is also in the session, but he joined late, so we're not really sure what car he's in. If he's in the wrong car, he's going to be just lapping at the back and just seeing what he can do, putting some fun laps, and then I'll retire at the end. So yeah, Steve won't be scoring points today if he's in the wrong car. But yeah, where was I? Ryan. We are expecting a Ryan, and I'm very happy to announce we have a comment, so we'll see what that is. Happy to announce Ryan did get into his university of choice. I believe that's where he's been, and drivers off on their formation laps now. But yeah, Ryan did get into his university, so that's all good, and he's back in Sweden now. He did text me earlier that he got back to Sweden all fine. Look at Steve. Is he in the right car? From what I can see, actually I think that is the F2004, the one from 2 years prior, because looking at the front wings on board, that one looks a bit more flat than the other cars. So Steve will be lapping at the back. Also yeah, that is quite clearly different, you can see from the cockpit. Anyway, less about Steve. Yeah, Ryan, so we'll see if he comes or if he doesn't come. But if not, he will definitely be back for next week, hopefully. Felix on the stream says go Marine. Obviously his teammate from Season 4 and from Season 5. For Season 5 I should say, starting on the 16th of August, I think, I'm not really sure. But also I want to apologise before we get going with the rain. Currently in sunny England, it's raining, and I'm currently sat in the conservatory where my PlayStation is, of which I go on to commentate over this, and it's raining, and it was quite heavily raining earlier, so if it does pick up and you can start to hear that on the audio, I do apologise. But yeah, Felix, welcome to the stream, and if you could give us your top 3 predictions for today, that would be very interesting. The car's looking very shiny at the moment, they're all ghosting. As Yannick is back. Oh, he gets. I only presume Yannick was disqualified for going too slow there. So that's the first time you'll hear that from Yannick, or for Yannick. So it's going to be you guys who's leading the pack into the grid slots. Saying that, no, it's not. Felipe steamed ahead. Not much law and order going on here in Cgprl, but nevertheless. We're here for round number 5, I got that right this time. Yannick already sat on the grid. We'll see him in his grid spot in just a minute, there he is. As up comes you guys. Felipe up in P3. I think he'll be very, very happy with that. And now we're ready. We nearly have all 5 lights. We have all 5 lights in Monza. And we got green in Italy. Looking at the front two, it looks as if they both got a very similar start, but I believe was that Felipe with 4 wide down into turn number 1. Felipe is up into the lead. He's around the outside though. And I believe it's Moraine who has got ahead. It is Moraine ahead into turn 1, leading through turn 2. There's a lot of bumping in between turn number 1 and the turn number 2 chicane. But Moraine with an incredible start from P4 on the grid, absolutely blasting up into P1. Yannick has had an absolute shocker of a start, down from P1 down to P4 now. And you guys possibly challenging Moraine. He can't quite make it stick. So yeah, you guys stays in P2. Felipe stays in P3. But the big gainer is Yannick's lost yet another position. From what I can see, he doesn't have any damage, but Amar getting past Yannick. So a disappointing start. Looking at Yana now, he's sort of been playing it safe. He's up the inside of Mike there. There's a yellow flag further back. That may have been for Steve. As we look further forward now, we have a bit of a train behind Yannick. I think Yannick is struggling actually quite a bit as we go into the Ascari chicane. It's Amar ahead of Yannick, ahead of Lucas, and ahead of Karim, who I believe has made 1 position from the start. Lovely little stand there as we're on board with Karim as he's in the slipstream of Lucas. Can't quite make it work though. But we're going to look back to the front in just a minute as they lead us across the line to end the first lap. It's a shorter race today. As per in Cgprl, we have shorter races, so not much strategy involved. So it's a straight out sprint. Moraine leads them across the line from you guys. Felipe, Amar, Yannick, Lucas, Karim, Yana, who's made a couple of places, and Mike, who is at the back at the moment because Steve has left the session. Amar's looking quite strong today, but here is you guys who well, from what I can see on the data, is within 0.2, within a tenth of Moraine. I don't quite believe that. I think the data may be playing tricks on me, but maybe, just maybe you guys can get involved there. Looking a little bit further back, there's a bit of gravel coming up, as it looks like Yannick has finally maybe got his tyres warmed up, or he's finally like switched on, and now he's pressurising Amar, and whether he can make a move down into the Ascari chicane. Amar, not the easiest of drivers to overtake. He is just about fair with his defending. You see, moving to the inside there, just covering off Yannick, so Yannick can't quite make a move as of yet, but it looks like Amar quite wide through the second part of that chicane, and Yannick's going to capitalise on that. They're going to be side by side now, running down into Parabolica, and it's going to be a drag race between the Spaniard and the German driver. Yannick's going to have the inside into Parabolica, breaks slightly later than Amar as well, and gets that move done. So now it's up to Amar to try and get a switchback. Yannick does go quite wide, so that may be a track extending warning for him. You guys go slightly faster than Moraine, but we're going to focus on this battle for the time being. Amar in the slipstream pulls out to the inside of Yannick. Can he make the move down the inside of the chicane? It's going to be who has the most balls, who breaks the latest. It's Amar, but he's gone straight on past the chicane. He's going to have to give that position back, and I think he is doing that. He does seem to have let off the throttle, but they're going to be side by side now through the Curva Grande. Yannick round the outside, scenes of Alonso and Vettel. A little bit of contact there between the two drivers, and now into the second chicane. Yannick side by side. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. Amar goes off the track slightly there, and luckily doesn't come back into the path of anyone, but Yannick back up into P4, and yeah, good little battle there between these guys, and as they've been battling, the guys at the front have been getting away, and to be fair, you guys is sticking very much with Moraine, so you know, we got a 3-horse race at the front at the moment, and Yannick may be able to make it 4 in a very short amount of time. We're already on to the end of lap number 3. And it's flown by. These cars capable of doing 1:18 as we saw in qualifying. So so yeah, we'll have to see. However, Felipe is looking very close to you guys. He's quite wide there through the final corner. If he keeps doing that, he will end up getting a penalty. We have a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Steve who's gone off, and yeah, he won't be doing much today. Yano P7. Doesn't look like he's going to get the win we've all joked about, but can Karen make a move? Not quite. A Daniel Ricciardo-esque dive bomb down the inside of turn number 1. On board with you guys now. He's looking very close to Moraine. Looks like Moraine is somewhat struggling. You guys could be on for his first win in GPRL, you know, altogether. Moraine defends the inside, but yeah, you guys is looking very strong here, and maybe he is the pick for the win. Talking about picks for the win, as Jano gets a time penalty, we'll cut to Jano real quick. Oh, there's contact there. Jano's off. He's into the wall, and there was contact there with Amar, so I'm not quite sure what happened. But that's Jano's race pretty much over. He's going to have to pit for a new front wing, and it'd be interesting to see what happened between the two of them after the race. But yeah, quite interesting that. But nevertheless, we look at Moraine, who started to pull a gap to oh, Felipe has actually got ahead of you guys. Sorry I missed that, but you guys must have made a mistake, or Felipe made a quite bold move, because I didn't see what happened, so apologies for that one there. But you guys, who was looking so strong to actually take the lead, has now dropped back behind Felipe, who's on for an incredible return as Yannick sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so he is closing up on this battling 3. Steve coming out of the pits now, may cause a couple of problems. Moraine is past, and I believe so is Felipe. A little bit awkward there for Felipe, and you guys does get the switchback. Are these two going to be side by side yet again through the Curva Grande? I don't quite think so, because you guys has got a better exit. However, Felipe is right up his gearbox. Can he make a move down the inside? I don't think he's quite close enough to do so, and you guys back up into P2, so now he can focus on getting Moraine ahead. And I can see from my data that Karim is very close to Lucas, and watching him now, indeed he is. And maybe Karen will be looking for a move. I was about to say he'll get DRS in a moment, but obviously in these 2004 spec cars, DRS wasn't a thing. So slightly different, harder to overtake for the drivers. However, I'm sure they'll be welcoming the challenge. Currently up top, it is Moraine from you guys, from Felipe. Lucas slightly wide through the first part and the second part of Ascari. That might give Karim a good run here. Both of them using a lot of runoff on the right. What can Karim do? He's tucked up right behind him. He's right in the slipstream. Now Yannick has actually got past Felipe, but watching these two side by side through Parabolica, who's going to come out on top? It looks like Lucas is going to come out on top because he has the inside line, but Karim yet again tucking in to the slipstream. He's going to move to the inside. This will be quite an impressive move from Karim if he can pull it off. Down the inside of the first chicane he goes. Lucas just about leaving him enough room and can't quite get past at the moment, but there's someone's off. That is Yannick's been off, and Yannick and Felipe have come together at the first turn. I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah, both drivers dropping down to 6th and 7th, so that's going to promote Lucas to P3. So these two are battling for a podium, and Karim got very out of shape. Amar's now got front wing damage as he goes down the inside. So it's all kicking. Ignore my voice, right? It's all kicking off today. Amar's got a 5-second stop and go penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. So yeah, that was quite an aggressive move there from Amar, and he's got front wing damage. So wow, I need to lie down. And going back to what I was going to mention before. Felix's pick for the top 3 today was Yannick, Marijn and Felipe. Not quite Felix, not quite from what we can see so far. You couldn't quite be much more wrong, as it looks like Lucas may be on for a podium as Marijn sets fast lap of the Grand Prix, extending that gap ever so slightly. 1.9 seconds is the gap now between the top two drivers at the front. Looking further back, here is Karim. He's quite close to Amar ahead. Amar not pitting because, you know, may as well take track position rather than dropping back. It's not really worth it. Mike is in the pits, and so yeah, Karim chasing after, but he's also being caught by Felipe behind. Felipe and Yannick both, I believe, have escaped without damage, so it'll be interesting to see what happens between the two of them after the race. However, we're going to focus on this battle for the time being. Looks like Felipe somewhat dropping back as Karim is very close to Amar. Amar will be struggling through the middle sector due to that lack of front wing. So it will be interesting to see if he can keep Karim behind him. Meanwhile, gap at the top, come down by a couple of tenths. That's you guys saying, no, come on, let's get a move on. And be interesting to see if he can challenge for the lead. If you guys do have any comments, do leave them on the live chat. Steve out the session now as you guys does set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, 120 dead. Very fast lap there from you guys. And here's Karim. He's on the tail of Amar. Yet again, Karim fighting someone down into turn 1. Can't quite make the move, but Amar has gone very deep there. That's not going to give him a good run through the next part. On the power, Karim gets a big slide, and is that someone going slow? No, someone was going slow, and I'm not sure if he held someone up, but Felipe, yeah, he would have. He's held up Karim massively. Now Felipe looking dangerous down the inside of the second chicane. Now there's a small amount of contact between the two drivers. A little bit of memories of Vettel and Hamilton there from 2018, but yeah, Karim stays ahead, and I'm not sure who was going slow there, but yeah, there was definitely a bit of holding up there. Meanwhile, Yannick not going to keep his streak of wins going, but maybe he can get P8 off Mike. And these two battling, Felipe and Karim, have given Amar ahead of a little bit of breathing room. So I'm sure he'll be quite happy. However, he is under investigation for the incident earlier with someone, I can't remember who, but yeah, we're incidents under investigation. Also Yannick and Felipe at turn number 1. Nothing ever goes Yannick's way by the sounds of things, and yeah, today not an exception. So we'll have to see what happened with that incident, because all I saw was Karim battling with Amar, I believe it was. And yeah, the two cars were off, so maybe there was contact in the second part of the chicane. Meanwhile, Yana, oh, he's making a move on Mike. They're side by side through Parabolica. Yeah, it looks like Yana has got ahead and he's going to be quite happy that unless Mike can launch an attack into turn number 1, he is in the slipstream. So I wouldn't rule it out. In the slipstream, he's going to make a move to... He fakes to the outside, looks to the inside, can't quite make it happen though. Small lock up there from Yana, so maybe if Mike can get the power planted, he may be able to have a go into the second chicane. Through Curva Grande, I don't think he's close enough, and I think Yana has that position. Meanwhile, looking a little bit further up, Moraine, 1.2 second gap. So you guys is really bringing down this gap. And both of these drivers penalty free, I do believe. As we start lap 10 of this 13 lap sprint race at Monza. It looks like we've got quite an interesting conclusion coming, because Moraine, maybe he's run out of pace, maybe he's run out of tyres, maybe he's run out of fuel. But as Yannick sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, yeah, he is looking very dangerous, you guys is. And if he can keep closing at this rate, he should have him before the end of the race. Meanwhile, Yannick sets the fast lap of the Grand Prix, and he's closing up to Felipe, and who is also closing up to Karim, and Karim is closing up to Amar with that front wing damage. You can see it on the front left element, and this has left Lucas up in P3, so he's searching for his first GPRL podium in just his 5th GPRL race. And yeah, I'm sure he'll be quite happy, but you know, there's still 3 laps, there's still a lot that can happen in those 3 laps, so I wouldn't rule anything out of the question at the moment. Karim he's not quite close enough yet, but through Ascari he will close up. Amar gets a 3-second time penalty, so I believe Karim and Amar on equal penalties now, as Karim did pick up a penalty a moment ago, so that will satisfy him a little bit more in being able to catch up to him. And he's closed about half a second, I believe, so far this lap, so so if you can keep doing that, he will be onto him by the end of the race. Again, it would be quite impressive if Amar can actually hold on to P4 with that front wing damage, because he won't. I doubt he'll be challenging Lucas ahead unless he makes a mistake. But I'm very interested in the battle at the front at the time being. Here is you guys. He can see race leader Moraine. He can see him. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. That's Mike, who's gone off very weirdly at Ascari. The second part of it, he spins back around and back onto the track now. So an interesting crash there, and I have no idea what happened, but yeah, he's off. He's going to need a new front wing. Meanwhile, Amar doesn't need a new front wing. He's holding that gap to Karim quite well. And oh, you guys picks up a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to harm him. That's going to harm him quite a lot. And he'll be banking on Moraine now making a mistake or picking up a penalty of his own, because if not, Moraine has got this one in the bag. Meanwhile, a little bit closer battle on the track. Thank you for the comments. Hotline Mode VRL PS4. Hi guys, hello. How are you? And we might have something to announce with Hotline Mode, the VRL PS4 League. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, if you're not already, go over check out their channel, fellow league. And from what I've seen, they're doing a great job. So big props to them guys. But so yeah, stay tuned for any possible announcements we have with them. Meanwhile, Felipe on the back of Karim. He's sort of struggled in this race. He hasn't been able to close up to Amar ahead, who has had the front wing damage. So yeah, maybe a last gasp move if he can get close enough. But it does look like Felipe is more dangerous to Amar than Karim at the moment, because if Felipe can get past Karim, maybe, just maybe, in the last lap or two, or a lap and a half, he'll be able to launch an attack on Amar. But to be fair to Amar, he's been holding the place very well, and I've got no complaints about his driving since he got up into that position. Meanwhile, Moraine, he got the lead at the start, and oh, there's been an accident. Okay, there's been a crash between has Felipe got himself, I think Felipe's got himself involved in a crash again, as Amar's gone off. He got on the grass there, so I have no idea what happened, but he's in the wall. Yannick's up to P6. Felipe has front wing damage, and he's gone straight on at Parabolica. He's gonna have to pit. He doesn't pit, he stays out for the final lap. but Yannick's going to breeze past him, fakes to the inside, goes round the outside. So I don't actually know what happened here. Hotline Mode Steve did not race. Oh, there's contact. There's contact between Felipe and Yannick. Felipe sending one there where he really shouldn't have. He should have just backed out, and Yannick's gone on a spin now. So this is all a bit of a mess. But this has basically solidified Lucas up in P3, as these two are still going on. Jana sets the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Here's Amar behind with no front wing, and he's going to go almost straight on through the Curva Grande. Dare I say he's got a point to prove against Felipe. Is he going to send one down the inside? He does send one. The battle of the front wings here. Amar actually makes the move, so fair play to him. Very good move there from Amar, but less about that battling, more about Moraine. He's going to win his first Cgprl race. His first race win since GPRL Season 4. Moraine takes the checkered flag and wins in the Ferrari F2004. Great job there. Also, good job from Ugaitz, who finishes P2 to get another podium in Cgprl. Lucas picks up his first podium in just his 5th GPRL League race. Karim P4. Again, good job from Karim. It looks like Yannick is going to take home P5 should there not be any penalties later on. It looks like Felipe is actually very close to Amar now. Is he going to send one down the inside? Yes, he is. And through Parabolica, Felipe gets ahead. And yeah, off goes Amar trying to battle that battle. Yannick P5, he'll be disappointed with that from P1 on the grid. And yeah, Jana only P8 after that incident, so a very, very hectic race to be fair. And I really enjoyed that. Shame we couldn't be joined with Ryan. Over here is the podium around back on top for the first time in a while, actually. And the champagne. I'm not going to try and do the impression. And the champagne. So, that's been it for today. Your classic Friday night GPRL fun. Cgprl. This time as I get points for talking about the race. Moraine, the only driver not to pick up a time penalty. And yeah, great job from Moraine. Finishing the race just under 17.5 minutes. So that's going to boost him back up the championship with Jano only P8. Maybe it's a little bit more open, maybe. You guys P2, I think he'll be very happy with that. Lucas also, he'll be happy with P3. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, as always, next Friday, 10 past 5ish GMT, we'll be with you for the USA short race, actually 50%, as it's a short track. And we're going to be in the FW14B, I believe, the 1996 car, I believe that is. So yeah, as I said, like, subscribe, see you guys next time, bye bye.